Hey, what's up guys? Ryan Schultz here from E39 Source in San Diego, and we've got a very quick service and review here today on this 2008 Monaco Blue E60 M5. This is a conversion car, one of probably 7 or 8 that we've been working on over the past few months. I just have not had time with the busy shop schedule to do more features on some of these cars, but I did want to be sure to get this one in. So Monaco Blue, this is the first one we've seen in here. It looks like carbon black at first glance, but we're seeing, particularly in the light on that front right fender right now, the beautiful blue, metallic blue coming out of this in the sunshine. I think I saw one of these up in San Francisco a couple years ago, street parked. I thought it was carbon. This car was offered in carbon, but Monaco Blue, probably only a few hundred made, and if I'm correct, it's a 2008 and later only color. So we'll kind of do a quick walk around here, get a look inside, but the car came to us for a conversion and for rod bearings, so pretty big preventative service. This car has around 78,000 miles if I recall. So definitely about time to take care of some of those things. The SMG had failed already by 70-some thousand miles, so it was a little difficult to move around initially, but that was our first plan of attack, was to get it drivable, which of course was our transmission conversion using the E90 M3, E92 M3 6-speed manual, GS653BZ gearbox. And this customer elected to use the factory shift knob, which is back in production, though extremely expensive. So this looks fantastic. On our facelift shifters here, can't really see in this lighting, but instead of red, that's orange and better matches the rest of the interior. A note for your 2008 plus your LCI example E60s, you do actually have to replace this button panel to add your MDM button here if you want your MDM function to work. And of course, pressing and holding that is the full defeat of the DSC system to turn traction control completely off. So if you try to repurpose your TPMS button, you can get away with that on your pre-facelift cars, but here for 08 plus, got to replace that switch. EDC moves down here in this tray. This part doesn't exist anymore, and I have about 3 left. So if you own a 2008 or later E60 M5 and want it converted properly, shoot me an email, leave me a comment. Email's ryan@e39source.com. I'll be happy to work with you. Take a look at the glorious S85 B50 5-liter V10. This car is pretty much 100% stock. I don't see any aftermarket parts on the car at all. But of course, we got the fresh rod bearings in there. We're using BE bearings and the ARP bolt kit. And then we do that high pressure Vanos line at the same time. Well, we had this M5 on the lift. We noted all 4 front control arms were original. The front curved control arms, those inner bushings, are known to dry out, wear out, crack, leak the hydraulic oil out of them. And that causes a bunch of drivability issues. Generally a shaking steering wheel around 50 miles per hour. And if you kind of tap the brakes lightly on and off quickly like that, you'll feel the whole front axle shifting because of the play in those control arms at the subframe. So all 4 front control arms have been replaced. We did the rear upper arms as well. Pretty much everyone overlooks those. So the outer ball joints on those upper control arms are just shredded. And the grease is gone, it gets full of dirt, that wears the sockets out, eventually you develop play, it affects alignment, drivability, and most importantly, safety. So we've got 4 rear upper arms as well, of course, followed up by an alignment. Back to the engine, this car fought us for a while. After the conversion, we had misfires on cylinders 1, 2, and 9. Plugs and coils were original, so customer approved that. We got new genuine spark plugs and Delphi brand ignition coils in the car, and we still had misfires. After moving the plugs and coils around, we still had misfires on cylinders 1, 2, and 9. Get this, both ionic modules failed at exactly the same time. That wiring is completely separate from anything modified in the conversion, so there's no relation or overlap with the issues there. But to see both ionic modules fail at once is about a 1 in 10 million chance. But that's what happened here. So the ionic modules are on the front top of each cylinder head, and you can think of them as a bit of a knock sensor replacement. So they're able to monitor the current and voltage in each plug and coil assembly and determine if a cylinder's misfiring. So when they go bad, they think there's a misfire when there isn't, which forces limp mode on the engine, a rough idle, no power, low red line. So new ionic modules, and we're back up to full power. Then we dealt with some whirring and some whining in this car. Ended up needing to do front wheel bearings, which were also original, and the differential, which was original as well. So that seems to be kind of common on the E60 M5 and the E63 and E64 M6, that the differentials start to whir, they whine, they grind. BMW did do a specialized fluid that you can put in there, which changes the friction coefficient of the clutch discs. It is a limited slip differential. Sometimes that works, sometimes it didn't. In this case, we had whining in the gear set. So customer elected to have us replace the differential with a new factory unit, which has restored quiet driving. Otherwise, that's the service on this car. Absolutely beautiful. I know the owner's going to be thrilled to have it back. The interior condition of this example is really magnificent. I don't think there's ever been any kids or dogs or anything in here. Full leather car. Full leather's in beautiful shape. The wood is still shiny, no cracks in the lacquer. Nice clean door sills. Alcantara headliner, as I think was standard with the full leather, just like an E39. So another E60 M5 saved and converted. If you're interested in adding a pedal or doing any sort of service to your E60 M5 or E63 or 4 M6, please don't hesitate to reach out to me directly through email, ryan@e39source.com. I'd love a chance to work with you. Thanks for watching this one. We'll talk in the next E39 Source video. Take care.